go see what niggas is. But yeah, so let's get into this. The 13. Yeah. Yay! Any messages? Was that a message from somebody? Satan transgender people. Yes! Because, you know, I'm satanic never stopped. But I just don't talk about it too much because it ain't important no more. And it's not trending. When it's trending again, I'll be trying to eat babies and fry people. Okay, let's go. Alright, first episode. First video that we're going to discuss. Thank you for watching. We have one person. Yay! This is TS Talks with your girl. And if you used to watch, if you used to be a faithful watcher, does everybody know about intro? If you know about intro, please put it in the comment section. If you are a faithful Charlotte, Carolina used to be Charlotte Preachers watcher. So let's get into it, bitches. Yes!
I'm Ashton, and this video is going to be a little bit different than usual. I've just been thinking about something a lot recently, and I've decided that Lucifer, the devil, Satan, is transgender, and I'm going to tell you why. I made myself hot chocolate, I got some vegan marshmallows, I'm having a good time, and
Okay, wait. Let me put my thoughts on it real quick. I don't think he's transgender. I think he's both. What do you call those? Hermaphrodites, right? They have both utensils.
I thought they didn't have any. But okay.
Well, anyway, he got both utensils. Is my thoughts.
You're not transgender.
Right. He's not. I get what they mean though. Like the top could be boobies, and then he would have. But no, he can't be. Cause then I don't think transgender. I think both. Right.
I think that's what he wants to be.
Yeah, whenever he feel like it, but it's not transgender.
No, not transgender.
Because then he would have to be affected by society to be transgender, right? And if he is anything like they say he is or she, which I believe is a she, just trying to be pronomial correct, nominally correct. But I think it, because you can't say that in this case, them or they, is it the pronoun for the binary folks? Them and they?
Okay.
Them and they, I think he is not transgender because he would have to be affected by society, which he is not.
And then at one time he would have to be one or the other.
What? Oh. Okie dokies. Alright, so now we look at answer text. Sorry about that, y'all. That was it. Nigga's kinda cute, but he got a little bit back nature problems. Okay, let's go. So yeah, that's what I think. Sorry about that, y'all. And no, he's not trans. He is whatever he wanna be, a shapeshifter, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's what he is. And that's what we're gonna say he is. But we can listen to other people's opinions because we can agree to disagree on Charlotte Beaches. TS Talk.
about the devil, as one does. So if you're my friend in real life, you may have already heard me rant about how hot the devil is, so this is just going to be that again, but also trans this time. Don't take anything I'm saying seriously. I'm literally just having a good time, okay? Let me be trans in peace, let me be gay in peace, and let me be gay for the devil in peace. Or join me if you want. Actually, don't let me do this alone, please. So if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know where this came from, but I don't blame you if you don't. Listen, okay. Look at this picture of the devil. Look at this depiction, this painting of the devil, okay? Look at his thighs. You cannot tell me that those are a cis man's thighs, okay? No cis man has thighs that fucking thick. So I sent my boyfriend this picture of Lucifer, and I was like, Lucifer and I have the same thighs. Like, just saying, Lucifer's thighs are.
Okay, I see what he's saying. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Since I see it, but it's funny though. No, it's just being funny like he said. Let's take it light. Let's take it with a grain of salt, yo.
Fucking thick in this picture, okay? And there's a lot of different depictions of the devil, and I'm not gonna get into all of them, but this one is really hot, so we're focusing on this. Literally no cis man has thighs like the devil does, okay? The devil's thighs are thick, they are beautiful, I approve of this man's thighs, okay? And I decided that because he
I'm
has
so, so
thighs,
happy that you
I'm gonna
approved of this.
Yes, yeah, shut up. Me too, girl. Now, cis man, do you understand what that is?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
The more girly? Or he has features, or he has certain things?
No, that's him.
Oh,
Cis is biologically. It's biologically nigga.
but
No, but nothing. That's just how you say regular in our terms.
heterosexual. Oh, okay.
No. Mm-mm. Heterosexual has nothing to do with it. Sexuality, we're talking about gender. Cis male is just a regular nigga.
Uh-huh.
Born a nigga is a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a trans female, but then you're a cis female. Regular.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, hey sis, how you doing?
I'm good. Good back.
I, as a trans man, have thick
I mean,
thighs.
she's
The devil
lovely.
and I are now one and the same. The devil is a trans man, and his thighs are beautiful, and I love him, and he is valid. Another point for myself is that in a lot of the depictions of the devil, he's like casually covering up his dick, whether he has clothes on or if like he's sideways, like with one thigh up. In a lot of art, like especially older art, even Christian art, the dicks are just out. Okay, they don't care. But Lucifer maybe does care a little bit, so maybe he's like insecure because maybe he doesn't have a dick because maybe he's trans. I did, however, find a couple depictions of Lucifer with his dick out. Maybe the artist has taken some artistic liberties, or maybe Lucifer got a videoplasty. Okay, because in all of these, Lucifer has like this little dick that could very easily be constructed through metoidioplasty. So I'm not saying Lucifer is trans and has had metoidioplasty, but that's definitely what I'm saying. You know, he's the devil. He has all sorts of power. He can have access to whatever he wants. So maybe he got like the best surgeon to give him metoidioplasty. Like, this is good. I have a dick now, and maybe he got a little bit less shy and started being painted like with his dick out.
Okay, wait.
This is fun, but where the hell did you grow up at?
No. Think about it though. If you think about it in terms like, if they're like us, like have to go get surgery and shit like that.
So he just happened to come along when he had surgeons to do this. Or when he was...
Okay, but no, I'm not talking about that part. We all know we reaching on that part. We talking about the penis here. Now, is kind of like mine. It's not all like, hi, how you doing? I'm here to poke something. It's not like that. So do you think in that word that would be valid?
What would be valid?
What he said?
No.
No, you're not imagining. Damn.
I am. But I'm not imagining that no surgeon.
Why not? Let's imagine it. It'd be funny. We can do a skit about it, a little cartoon.
Because at the beginning of his life,
You know what?
Oh, you go, Lucifer. I'm proud of you. Self-care, growth, a trans icon. I would also like to point out his chest. In this image that his dick is out in, his
Yeah, he
chest
got
is also
boobies.
slightly larger, so maybe this is like, maybe the devil was feeling a little bit more valid after his metoidioplasty, so was like flying around with his tits out, because he doesn't care anymore. He's the devil, he does what he wants. And somebody saw him and painted this, and he was like, dude, I gotta get top surgery. So the devil got top surgery, and that is why in this picture, there are really, really heavy shadows under his pecs, but like, Is it that improbable? I don't think so. I think Lucifer is trans. Also, a lot of depictions of Lucifer have longer hair, which leads me to believe maybe because he was assigned female at birth, he grew out his hair for a long time. And when he finally realized that he's transgender and he's a man, and he wanted to cut off his hair, he cut it all off, and then he felt like it wasn't him still. He still really liked having long hair, so maybe Lucifer's growing his hair out, and he doesn't care if people think that makes him look more girlish. Like, he likes his hair long. And it's really like curly in a lot of depictions, and it's messy and it's flowing all over the place, which is like my kink. Boys with long curly hair can fuck me up any day. It's also worth mentioning that in a lot of depictions, Lucifer has bat wings, which first of all is cool as hell, way cooler than any lame, like fluffy white wings, right? Like bat wings are trans, so therefore, because Lucifer has bat wings and I'm trans and I like that's Lucifer's trans now. That is how this
You're just
works.
giving him
Also, when I was
you like.
looking this up, anybody else figured this out yet? Like, has anybody else realized that the devil's trans? Like, I can't be the first one, right? I haven't found anything else on it, but I did this article from this gay marriage advocacy. And so clearly, Satan's behind the LGBT movement. He supports us. He's our biggest ally. Maybe it's because he's not an ally. Maybe he's a trans man, and maybe he's here for all of his trans siblings, and he just wants us to survive and thrive and be trans. And he's working on that for us. Like, Lucifer is fighting the church to give us our rights. So I guess we can all give Lucifer um, for all the rights that we have because he's doing a great job really changing the world, doing more than God is currently. So a first counselor from the first presidency of the Church of Latter-day Saints, which is the Mormon Church, recently said,
Sorry, because this is my talk show and I can do what the fuck I want. Is it fucked up? Don't look at me like that. You need to be cameraman. And since we lost one of my members, you want to hop in and be like, spot your gas me. No, shut up, because you just over there, not on my side right now. Trans you not, yes! Okay, first of all, I've noticed something.
Which is?
I kind of know what kind of partner I want. I might want to date for a little bit. Not married, though. But I think I want a trans man with that ain't had bottom surgery.
Okay.
Because I think they're so much cuter because they got the little girly pieces.
Oh, you want Monday to Friday?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I want them Monday to Friday, but not.
I know.
No, I want to know because if y'all out there, bitch, please hit a bitch out. Munster box all day. Beatbox. Dougie Fresh all day. But no, I'm saying, like, I think they're hella cute. Like, my co-star is hella cute. But he wasn't before.
the devil seeks to confuse gender. So maybe Satan is not only a trans man, maybe he's also non-binary. Like, you know, I think Satan and I are like getting more and more similar. So Satan is really just here to confuse gender. The church said so. The church is on my side in this. Okay, Satan is trans. He's confusing your children with his gender. And he's doing a good job, and I'm proud of him. Also, can we talk about this marble sculpture of Lucifer that is in Belgium currently because it's beautiful, and Lucifer is beautiful. Like, there are so many details. He's got these little horns. He's got like a cuff on his leg. Maybe Satan's kinky. Who knows? Like it's beautiful. Satan is way hotter than God could ever be. Okay, and we all know that trans men are really fucking hot. So another point for me, like, also you can like really see the bat wings in this sculpture, and it's just gorgeous. Like, even from just an art perspective, like, completely coming out of my character here, but this is a beautiful sculpture. Like, I'm so into this. Would get this tattooed. Oh, I need a devil tattoo. Oh my god, I'm getting a Lucifer tattoo someday. I'm adding it to my list. You can't stop me. Like a Lucifer tattoo with bat wings and long curly hair. And I'll give the devil top surgery scars in that tattoo. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get that tattoo. Nobody can stop me. So the sculptor of that, his younger brother had originally sculpted the devil for the church. Same church. And the church literally took down the sculpture of the devil because he was too beautiful. I'm not kidding. The devil, quote unquote, had unhealthy beauty. And if that isn't trans culture, I don't know what is. Like, trans people are just too beautiful for this world. And that's why people want to take us down. So, you know, I'm not saying the devil's trans. I'm only, like, implying heavily that the devil may or may not be
I'm
found.
only implying.
So the statue that was replaced that I was just talking about looks like this. It also has bat wings, and he looks even more boyish in this. You know, maybe at this point he's still a little bit insecure about his genitals. He's got a cloth over his lap. Maybe his metodioplasty results are still healing. Like the devil is in a healing phase right now. You know, he's looking down. He's like meditating. He's got this longer curly hair. He's looking so cute. And honestly, that's all. I just came here to say that the devil's hot as fuck. The devil can dig me down any day. Anyways, I had fun with this. This might have been a bit of a quick video, but like, it's a good video. Let's be honest, we all need to hear about how hot the devil is today. Like, so that's my thesis, that's my essay, that is my graduate research paper. I want a master's degree in The Devil is Hot, and I'm gay. In all seriousness, though, having representation is cool, and maybe the devil is trans, you know? Nobody can stop me from thinking in my own head that the devil is trans, and that's a beautiful thing. So, goodbye. I hope that you have some really good, healthy representation in your life, and if you don't, that you can create some for yourself. And I'll talk to you
Yeah,
later.
that's what I think this video is cool. And you can follow for me, baby boy, as your cue, yes. So, yes. In 1 year, this will make us doesn't usually need more, because I agree. But yeah, I agree, we'll leave it to the ending. That they should have their own, you know? And you can think about the hell you want.
I know that's right.
But it was cute video. And he's cute.
Root is a new type of car insurance that looks
Hold
different
on.
than traditional insurers. By using the sensors in your smart
Sometimes do it and do it right.
Let's go.
On the line is Edward in Westminster, California, listening on Sirius XM Satellite Radio. Edward, thanks for joining us on the program.
Boring part of the show, but I'll keep it light.
What's your question for Tim today?
Yeah, about a year ago I was diagnosed with gender dysphoria, and I've been seeing a psychologist and also a priest out in San Dimas at Holy Name of Mary. And I just would like to know what the, what the salvation stance is
Yes.
on
Tell us, white man.
Sure.
transgender.
Well, it's a great question, Edward. And you're doing the right thing. Remember, no one is going to be condemned because they have psychological problems or difficulties. We recognize, Edward, as Catholics, that there are all sorts of psychological disorders and disorders in general. Edward, I mean, we all struggle with disorders because of original sin. But where salvation comes into play, Edward, is where people begin to act on these disorders in an objectively immoral way. For example, Edward, it's one thing to struggle. Who am I? Trying to discover who I am. But if someone takes it to the point where they begin to mutilate themselves, for example, a man who emasculates himself. I want to keep the G-rated here. Well, that is grave sin because you're talking about
Mutilation.
yes, it is what the church calls self-mutilation or.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, let me bust this down. Put a bust down. Okay. I agree and I disagree. This is what I agree with. Mutilating yourself, right? My co-star, Crash. Buddy Coop. He will be on episode 14, unless I kill him. But, I hope he's okay with me telling this story. But if not, fuck him! No, I love him so much. I hate him so much right now, but I love him. When he was younger, he wanted to remove his teeth. Is that what you say? Don't get on
Yeah.
the plate with the pillow.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
Watch the plate.
yeah,
The pillow.
yeah.
Alright, you got enough on this one. You
No.
should give it this shit up. He tried to cut his teeth off, right? No anesthesia, just gangster, just. And question that's a side note but has to do with it. If you do self-harm, you know, like cut yourself, things like that, would it be easier to try to cut off your tits?
No.
No, I mean, but you always find those that, you know, they do self-harm. They easy to try to cut you off. But let's see, you know, we have to ask someone. You don't know nothing about that.
I'll stop.
I'm tickling her. Y'all can't see. And she won't giggle.
I don't want to give a stop.
Giggle!
No.
Fake giggle and I won't do it. But yeah, back to this. Self-mutilation, I would say, is a sin. Having a doctor, can I say legally? It is legal, right?
It's legal.
Legally cut your shit off or reassign.
And that's not considered mutilation.
No, they are saying it is. I'm saying that if you do it like Lil Bro did it at first, that would be the sinful part. You feel me? But going through the channels in the proper situation, in the proper HRT, what is that?
Therapy.
Yep. If you're going through that and you have, you know, go through the proper channels and the proper people telling you what to do, the rapist, of course, also known as the therapist, break the word down. It is true, not joking. Because if you listen to the last episode, we broke it down for y'all hoes real quick. Like I said before, having gender dysphoria, I hate that word because it's so hard to say. I want to say dysmorphia, but it's not, but it should be. You know what I'm saying? But it's dysphoria. You're not happy, so you don't have euphoria about your body. But then think about it, a lot of people still that are in the right bodies don't have euphoria about their body image, right?
Yeah.
Did you got euphoria about your little skinny tiny body? Well, you're lucky. But yes, so I do think that is the sinful part. But going through it, figuring out you have this, going to a therapist, going to talk to people, getting a beautiful doctor, hey Megan, and helping everything go right is right. That's not sinful. And all of this we have all of these illnesses and stuff because of sin. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. The fuck shut up. Up the fuck up. Just shut up.
You know,
It's bullshit.
I don't think this is a question of religion.
No,
But
but
some people,
that's usually the final step. You know what I'm saying? It's how I figure out how I feel about myself. I change myself. I'm happy with myself. Now let me see what God feels about myself.
or what they say.
Well, no, they're not going to say that. They're going to say God. You know? They're not going to separate that between the people that they're talking to on a podcast. Just like if you call in right now or you're in the comment section right now.
God says,
Right?
or God feels.
Right? Like, I don't think you know.
Talk to him.
I don't think you know. Because you can give us a phone number. I as a little baby girl, I thought that preachers had phone numbers. Like, they could call up niggas and be like, yo, Charlie really needs help with this, help her out, bam. You feel me? But then, when you get older, you pick out bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. But, like we said, nobody, we agree to disagree. So we're not saying that how they feel is stupid. Yeah, I can't. It's my show. It's stupid as fuck. But, hey, you know, I mean, I guess there's plenty of Catholics and Christians and Muslim, trans men and women, right?
Yeah, there are. Even if they don't know about it.
Or the religious community that they're a part of don't want them to know. You know what I mean?
Because, you know, a lot of gays in there didn't say because it's Catholic Church. If you were what they felt was the right type of person.
And also, also, I think the religion is a way to block people from really finding out who they are. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it dictates who it wants you to be,
Yes.
not who you want to be, and okay with finding yourself. And then through finding yourself, you find a way to get right with your God, not theirs, but yours. Was it?
That was deep.
Was that my Angela?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Isolating that which is sacred, our bodies, namely. In the same way, Edward, with someone who has SSA, I know that's not your question, Edward, but someone who has same-sex attraction. The attraction itself is not sinful. What's sinful is when someone acts on it. I mean,
Okay. Leave that part alone right there. What he said makes sense. Okay, so hey, let's say the unpleasant for the P word.
Mm-hmm.
Does that go for that too? The P word that we keep selling on YouTube because we try to get paid eventually. Does that go along with it? Because that's my thought. That you can have that thought. Is that thought sinful? But the action is definitely. But it's a thought.
Now let me ask you:
Please don't.
if it is not
No.
harming anyone, and it makes you feel whole as a person, is that sinful?
To them, yes, because you're not feeling the kind of hole that they want you to feel.
And who told them they were God?
Nobody. Especially now these people look just like me and breathe and die like me. Because if you go with God, you don't breathe or die, so fuck you niggas. But,
And when did he ask you to interpret his word? When did he give you the power to say the way that someone feels they were born
slavery.
wrong?
Slavery. The birth of religion to me has always been slavery.
True that.
Because that was the only book that we could say everybody read and everybody understand.
But everybody don't understand it the same way.
Right, and that's the problem. That's why they have many different denominations, as you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is a good conversation right here to have. Not with me though, because I'm with the first video, Satan Gang Gang. He's hot. I'll call it.
Well, they talk about them on.
I think
every one of my impulses, not only would I end up in hell, I'd also end up in jail. You know, I mean, we all have all sorts of impulses.
you mean whooping niggas ass niggas and shit.
To where we have
Supposedly, but we ain't in his mind cavity though.
So what do we do when we have an impulse to act contrary to reason? We recognize, hey, that's not from God. That comes from my disordered soul, a problem in me. And so I do exactly, Edward, what you do. I go to my spiritual director. I go to confession if necessary. So I think you're on the right track, Edward. You deal with these situations by seeking out good psychologists and good priests to keep you on the straight and narrow.
God bless you. Thank you so much for calling with that question.
Nice question, but I don't really kind of, I see your answer, but I don't see it. Work on a little more, boo. Please do. But that's why you ain't got that many views, though.
Is Satan a man or is Satan a woman? Satan is in truth not. Satan is an enemy. Yet Satan does use the disguise, right, of the male, or does possess the male. Psych the male out, right? Or cause the male to stand down. Or use like against
And the only form that Satan could take to do all that would be a woman.
like and deceives the weaker sex or the more vulnerable sex, just like a break and entering. Somebody who's going to break and enter is not going to use the strong gate. They're going to get in at the weak gate. And they're not going to use the part which is heavily guarded and fortified, but they use the part that somebody was sleeping and did not be awake for the thief to enter in. And that's exactly what happened to Adam. So this is going to be a short vid right here, and we already did a longer vid, but it's just to regurgitate part of this. I think this is very important. Right? Satan and her satana and her accomplices. Right? Knowing your enemy. If you don't know your enemy, you know, that's at least more of the battle that's lost if you don't know your enemy. Satan is neither a man or a woman in that a true man or true woman. Satan is a fallen spiritual being. And Satan's primary energetic level is a feminine, right? Is a female being. This means that when we look at positive and negative, when we look at electromagnetic, when we look at the various different principles which the scriptures, which the Holy Bible and the Torah and the Christian New Testament speak exactly to. However, most have been made to believe, right, and have been deceived by the God of this world. And right here is a very good example of what happened to Adam where Hawan. When the scriptures speak about the God of this world has blinded the minds, has taken Adam and Eve captive, right? Humanity is taken captive, have actually played one against the other, right? Divide and conquer, right? This is what's happened to Adam with Hawan. And on this tarot card, right? Interesting how tarot and Torah has a kind of a similar word sound to it, right? But on this tarot, that is called the devil, right? The devil. So we see the Baphomet figure right here. Now, of course, people say, well, that looks like Molech. We have to recognize this, that Molech is not Dagon and Dagon is not Molech, right? Azazel, right, is not Dagon and Azazel is not Molech. And Azazel, Dagon, and Molech is not Satan, but are a part of the group, right, or the corporate entity known as.
And let me see this. He's speaking facts, by the way. So, yeah, let me just say that about you.
Satanat, right, or the ones who may call it Satanism today, which is a kind of a fallen men and people, right, or followers of the fall beings. They are the Luciferians, the Satanists, and the other possessed and perverted and corrupted human beings who have fallen to the deception, willingly or unwillingly. Many have taken the Faustian bargain, right? The rulers have taken the Faustian bargain, but most men and people, right, are deceived like the primordial mythological type of Adam with Hawan. And because we call it a mythos, there's a mystere and a mystery there. Now you see this particular picture here, this is very interesting right here, because here you see Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve. right? Or a type of Adam and Eve. And that's what the scriptures says. That's what I think it's Corinthians that says that the God of this world has blinded the minds of them who do not believe, who do not receive and believe and obey the good news, the gospel, right? The true gospel, right? The true gospel of Christ, yes, Yeshua, our black Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You see, in fact, even when we demonstrate the fact that Jesus is black, so many people scoff at that. And before I used to get angry with people who would, you know, who would scoff at that particular truth. But now, actually, I pray for them, honestly, seriously, because if the natural fact, right, if they're unable to receive, right, the natural fact, right, just the factual evidence, but would be prefer to believe a lie, then so be it, right? But this is not intended for those who want to believe a lie, right? But those who want to know the truth, right? And here is one of the very accurate images, right, from the ancient and persecuted church. And you can see why these images, many of them were destroyed, right? Because they show Yeshua, they show Iesus, right? They show Christ as he be, his humanity, right? They also show the disciples, right? They show the half of the story. The world has been deceived from accepting the truth of the gospel in spirit, the spirituality of it, but just the plain truth that Christ is not blonde hair and blue-eyed. And why does that matter? It matters because it's the truth. And because they refuse to accept the truth, they have fallen for the lie. And thus, we see right here, humanity, right? Humanity is enslaved, right? Humanity is enslaved. Christ came to save, right, the lost, to free the slaves, to redeem those who had been sold into slavery, not just physical slavery. Man is a tripartite being. He has spirit, soul, and body. Right? He was made in the image and after the likeness of the Almighty. But he has fallen. Humanity has fallen. And the Almighty is calling ones to hear the gospel, hear the good news concerning his son, and be saved. So, when the question is asked, right, is Satan, right, is Satan a man or a woman? Satan is neither. Satan is the enemy of humanity. So there's a choice right here, right? You see, there's a big difference, right? I put before you this day the way of life and the way of death. Choose life. Choose the King of Kings and his Christ. Shalom Aras Tefari. Is Satan?
There you have it. And
What?
is it just a video to
What you think?
say what I think? I already told you in the beginning.
Mm.
But I like the way he broke it down.
Yeah.
So your videos, but that's the end of episode 13. Episode 14 will be recorded tomorrow. 13 will probably be up tomorrow because, you know, live stream works. Takes a little bit.
This live stream works.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'll be back with more videos later. And I'm still working on that big video, Michael being possibly could have been transgender, different time, different people. So, I'm out.
No, it's not.
I'm out. Yeah. Gotta go. Bye.
You're Monday to Friday?
Yeah, they all know that. Bye.
Okay.